What's up, guys? How you doing? Good morning. It is March 20th. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for coming back for another video. Excuse me. I still haven't gotten a stitch with me done yet, but the reason why is because I can't get my phone to get like in the proper recording position. So I finally got, I think, the solution to it. It's coming Saturday, I think. So hopefully I'll be able to kind of get a few videos out there and sort of maybe drop back into that kind of video making. Hope you guys have been doing good. I have gotten stitching done this week. I'm very proud of myself. And so I want to show you guys a couple of things. First up, as I'm kind of working on trying to get this one done, this mini firefighters project. Now, the first thing you notice, besides the fact that it's looking pretty cool, is the fact that I did not give myself any borders, hardly any borders on the fabric. And the reason I think I did that was this was cut from something else and it just happened to match up fairly well with this mini firefighters thing. But it makes it difficult. And I had it in, I had it in this square, well, not really square, like slightly rectangular Nerge frame, not hoop, but frame. And what I found was that I could not get the fabric tight enough, and it was really, really bothering me. I like a tight fabric when I'm stitching. Otherwise, I'm just a terrible stitcher. Not the best stitcher in the best of times, but I'm a lot worse when the fabric isn't tight, like I think most people are. So I actually went and got one of these tiny little things, which is adorable. I bought it off of Amazon, and it's like a 3-inch hoop. Now, I think most of the time people use these if they're doing like ornaments or these tiny little projects, these little tiny teeny ones. But this thing has worked really, really well. And what I've discovered is that I can use it with my Nerge stand, which is my phone is on right now. And because of that, I was able to get a lot more progress done once I switched over to this. So I'm at like 70%. 70%. So the edge, the other edge is like right here, straight down. So yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I like it. It's kind of like a first responders. Is it the first one I've gotten done? It might be the first one I've gotten done. It's really the first responders series. So that's cool. So in my giraffe, my big old giraffe, he's coming together. I've got the let's see, I've almost gotten right down to the mouth, and I'm really happy about this part because it's so dense stitching down here that it should go a lot faster than some of this other stuff where I've had to kind of spread it out and do some things. And this will be a good pattern to show you guys, like when I go to frame it, like as far as when you can see like the excuse me, the black thread behind the fabric, to show you kind of how I go about kind of getting that fixed. But anyway, yeah, so getting there. I think I have like 5,000 stitches left, which honestly, if I would just have done a stitch, I could probably get it done pretty fast, certainly within a week. So we'll see. I'm really interested to kind of get that one done and then move on to kind of get back into doing, I still have this one on my, what you call it? My rectangular frame. I'm still struggling with getting this thing tight enough. I don't know if you can see how loose that is. And I'm not saying that it's the thing's fault. I'm saying it's probably my fingers. I'm not as strong as I used to be, and I have issues with my fingers sometimes. And so I have been just going back to using a really plain like 5-inch circular hoop or something slightly larger. Just because I have to have the fabric tight enough. And maybe at some point I'll figure out how to actually get these tighter, and then they'll be awesome to use. But for right now, I'm kind of switching back into my circular hoops. So this one was, I think this is the Winter Barn one, but I actually just last night bought another piece of fabric, and I know everybody has their feelings about fabric flare, but I really liked how the apothecary shop pattern turned out with the fabric kind of being in the theme of kind of like Halloween, spooky kind of stuff. They have a new kind of fabric. It's like a spider web pattern, and I thought it would be perfect for me to do my, that actual spider that I have. So I went ahead and bought that last night. Should get that, I don't know, less than a week or so. And then it's only like 6,000 stitches, so I could get that, again, I could get that one done theoretically fairly quickly. But anyway, but we're going good. We're going good. Bunch of new patterns to show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 that are up, although I'm going to talk about a couple more that I think I talked about last time, but I don't know if they were up. The vase of flowers. Did I talk to you guys about that one? That one's big and colorful, and it's kind of a old school kind of design in a sense that I don't know, it just has that older painting kind of look to it. And the I've left a lot of colors in. Now I've kind of switched my thinking a little bit in the sense of these larger patterns, like be happy that they're large, keep them very colorful, keep them with like as much detail as I can, rather than try to always make them smaller so they're faster to stitch. I mean, I certainly understand loving large, colorful, big patterns, and so how do I say this? Like the way I've been able to kind of encourage myself to do more of these is that I'm changing my back page of my patterns. Now, I've always had that set up as if I was going to sell like in a physical store, and I haven't really, you know, I have very few in physical stores right now. I can always change the back of a pattern if I need to, but I'm so much faster when I have like 45 colors or more. I used to always list all of those on the back page, and I hand type them out, and so it would take majority of time that it took for me to post a pattern was due to that. So I've decided to remove that from the process, and I've also removed, lately I've removed the grid, which is the page grid that tells you how all the pages fit together. And I removed that. It's still in the pattern, it's just not on the back page. So it's still going to be very helpful. It's just faster. It makes me get these patterns up really quickly. I mean, it's probably now like, it takes a third of the time that it used to take, if not less. So I'm definitely going to be doing more colorful things. I've got some cool things to show you. Now, I have a tiny little mini one that I want to show you. This is just like a surfing. I've got 2 surfing theme patterns. One was that big surfer. It's like full coverage and it's colorful and it looks cool. And this one's more of a mini pattern. So if you like Hawaii or California or whatnot, I call it Mini Surfer Girl. It's only 60 by 90. It is full coverage, but it's 60 by 90. That's pretty small. And it's just a simplistic pattern. It's up in the stores, and so so that one's looking like really awesome, and but really tiny. So you guys can definitely get that done pretty quick. But the big thing this week that I have is I've put out some more circular patterns, and I've put them out. I put 2 out in the style of like a stained glass cross stitch, and I have more of these, and I want to post more of these and create like a little collection because I like the way they look. I really do, and I think that there are people out there that are really going to love this. And so the first one, it's called it's a lighthouse, basically, stained glass ocean harbor lighthouse, which is just my very long title. And I want to say it's only like about 170 by 170. It's inside the circle, it is full coverage, but outside the circle, it's you know, it's whatever you want to do. If you want to frame it in a circular hoop or something like that, a circular frame, that works. But I think it's about 25 colors, so I tried to really keep the look as, you know, as bold, striking as I can. And then the next one is another stained glass. This one's more of a harbor kind of a how do I say it, like a lighthouse. There's a little bit, it's like a harbor, and so it's basically a harbor, and but it's coming along really well. It's roughly the same size, about 170 by 170 with about 25 colors, and it's just different enough that I just like it. I just like it a lot. And then the last one that I have, that is another kind of, again, stained glass, but this one's not Ocean Harbors. This one's based off of Van Gogh's Starry Night, like in the style of it. So I just call this one like a Starry Night Castle. And I played around with the colors a fair bit to kind of lighten it up. It was pretty dark when I started with it. Obviously, it's supposed to be like a nighttime, starry night kind of a thing, but I needed to make it a little bit brighter so that it would look better. And again, roughly the same size, like 170 by 170. I think this one might have 21 colors, maybe. I'm not sure, but something different and in different style. And I have more of these to do, so we'll see how they turn out. So. Yeah, so there's that. Cross stitch wise, I think that's about it. I finally got some liquid bandage for my darn thumb. Every time I felt like I had healed it this week, I'd start stitching and split right open again, because it's like it's right where I would push on a needle or this or that. Now what's been better for me is using the stand, and then I'm not pushing the needle, I'm not having to hold and push the needle, and it's just easier on my hand. And this liquid bandage, we'll see how well it holds up. I do some stitching today, but dang it, this thing doesn't want to heal. I do think I'm just a little dehydrated all day, so I need to drink more, that's for sure. And then let's see, so I got that. I think right now that's about it. Like I said, I have a couple, whoops, sorry about that, I didn't mean to scare you guys. I have a couple more patterns. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you guys about a couple patterns that I just gotta post. I've got them like pretty much worked out, I just gotta post them. The first one's another full coverage, kind of larger pattern, because it's like 360 by 400. It's really big, but I wanted to make it big so that it would really pop. And this is like a vintage baseball poster is what I'm calling it. And there's like, I don't know, 35, 40 colors or something, maybe more. And I just like the look of it. I like the look of it a lot. My husband likes the look of it, which is really good. So that one I'm getting finished, and I'll get it up. And then the last one's finally a monochrome. Finally a monochrome. I call this one Medieval Market. And what is it? Wait a minute, time out. Is it a monochrome? Yeah, it's a monochrome. Okay. I hadn't looked at it in a day, so I wanted to make sure. Yeah, so it's a fairly large pattern. It's about 42,000 stitches, but it's just, I call it Medieval Market because it just has that look, you know. It's like a Middle Ages, like going down to the middle of town kind of thing. But it is a monochrome. It's a pretty dense monochrome, and so it's coming along nicely. I like it a lot. I think right now I'm doing a lot of color stuff, but I definitely am looking for things that I can make into monochrome designs. So always on the lookout for those kinds of things. So those are the other two that are fixing to come out. And then let me go back, pulling up my computer here. I think that's it for now. I can't quite remember again, like what I've gone into. Did I show you guys the other stained glass one that I have that's more square? It's not circular. It's just another basic lighthouse, but one that is more scenic, from like it's like, you know, the sun's going down on the ocean kind of thing, or in the sea, and we've got the lighthouse starting to glow and show itself. I don't off the top of my head remember how big that one is. Let me pull this up. 250 by 230 with 53 colors. That's a lot of colors for me, but I think that's a good, I think it's a good thing, because I think people really, really like their colors, and that would be fantastic. So, yeah, I think that's good. Otherwise, the husband's starting to work on the bees. We have some bees coming in like a month, 4 to 6 weeks or so. Hoping to expand the bee operations this year. We're in a much better location. It's almost as long of a drive to get to like the turnoff on the highway where the hives are, but they're right off the road. So it's like the access is so much easier. And you know, whereas in this time of year, if we were still down south, there would be mud and snow and all kinds of things that would be getting in our way. It just makes it that much difficult. And now it's just so much easier. And my husband has a partner partner in the bees, and so they meet up to kind of work on things and organize and plan. So that's pretty awesome itself. So so that's going on. Other than that, I'm not going anywhere the rest of this month. In the month of April, gonna stay home, working on stuff, and so hopefully I'm almost at 700 patterns, or is it 600 patterns? Where am I at with the Etsy store? I'm like literally like right on the cusp. 696 patterns so far, so I should pass 700 today, and yeah, just keep on trucking. So yeah, that's all I got for right now. I hope you guys are having a great day and getting some stitching done, enjoying the spring-like weather. And I've got a lot to get going. I'm kind of late in getting this video done, so I gotta download it and get it fixed up and then send on out to you guys. So y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all very soon.